Hi everyone, it's Vicky from Little Bit of Whimsy here, and today we're going to be learning how to make iron-on patches. Hi again. So, like I said, we're going to make some iron-on patches today. We're going to focus on making this as our example. It's a little Kawaii Avocado. So you can get the free embroidery pattern for this on the link below. So just grab that and then we'll get started. So this is what you'll need with your embroidery machine: some temporary spray adhesive, a piece of heat and bond, some beige and brown felt, matching threads, your embroidery hoop, I've used an A hoop here, tearaway stabiliser, fabric applique and embroidery scissors, and then we can get started with it. So first, grab the size embroidery hoop you'll need for this project. The one I'm using here is a 5x4 A hoop for my machine, and then you're just going to want to hoop in your tearaway stabiliser. Just make sure that's really secure inside the hoop. There we go, that should be tight like a drum. Just tap the bottom and then just make sure it's nice and tight in there. The first stitch that will stitch out is just an outline of the avocado, and that will show you where to place the felt, just purely so you don't end up using a large amount that you don't need. So here I am just laying out the felt and cutting the correct size. So once you've got it the right size, you're going to want to spray some temporary adhesive onto the back. I use 505 spray. Just give it a little shake. I also use this little box that my husband made me. It just stops the spray going everywhere, really. Keeps everything tidy. So once that's all on, I'm just going to place that over the outline of the avocado to make sure it's all secure in the hoop. So the second stitch out on the pattern is just a little circle, and that tells you where to place the felt for the nut inside the avocado. I'm just cutting a little square. Now you could use spray adhesive on this if you're confident in your temporary spray, but I tend to prefer to use a little bit of fabric glue on there just to stop it moving around. So this is just some Fabri-Tac, and then I just put quite a small amount in the middle of the circle. And then just place the felt on top, and this is great for, again, not using more felt than you need to, really. Here I'm just clipping some bits off, so I was a bit worried I'd made it a bit too big and that the outline might end up catching it. So I just snipped a few bits off. You don't have to be mega accurate. Alright, and then the next stitch is just these two little cheeks in the pale pink, or whatever pink really, whatever you think looks nice. I prefer a little pale, a little kawaii look. And then I'm just snipping away the jump threads so that they're not in the way of the next part of the design. And the next stitch is just the little face in the black thread. The next part of the design, the machine will then stitch out the seed area of the avocado. It's just a little round circle, and then you want to change your thread to the green just to stitch the outline, and that's the last part of the design. So here you have your little avocado, looking a bit messy at the moment, but you want to pop him out. Just get him out of the hoop there, move that out of the way. And then what I tend to do is just remove the jump threads, mainly the black ones, because I find once you iron the patch on, if there's dark threads behind a light coloured felt, they tend to show through and it just looks a bit messy. So the white ones, they don't matter so much, I tend to just snip through those. And then you can just tear away the stabiliser. Remove that, and then you need to get your applique scissors, get them the right way round, and then just snip round the little seed area. And you can get really close with these scissors, that's why I tend to use these for most of my projects. You don't have to worry about cutting the threads, they'll keep them nice and safe for you, and you can get nice and close. A nice neat cut. So then I peel off the rest of the stabiliser. Make sure that you get all the little bits out, as that might prevent it sticking. Then you want to get yourself some iron-on adhesive. This is the brand I use, it comes in a big roll. This is Heat and Bond Ultra. It has one side with the glue on, so you can see it's shiny and there's some little dots on there, and then a paper side. Just need to snip a little bit off that, just enough to cover up your avocado. You want to put the glue shiny side down against the back of your embroidery. What I find is the temporary spray adhesive is still there a bit, and it'll help it stick and stay in place, which is quite handy. Then you want to grab your ironing board or mat. I'm using my Cricut mat because I'm going to be using my Cricut Easy Press to attach this, but an iron works just as well. I tend to get a bit of cotton just to put over the top. You can also use a Teflon sheet, and then just press it for about 30 seconds is fine. You don't need a large amount of force on there, but just a little. That should be pretty well adhered, but just be careful because it'll be hot. And then, although it doesn't say to do this, I always put the cotton back over and then I do it on the other side as well. I just feel like it gives it a really strong bond. Lift that off, and then you just want to let that cool for a little while, especially because you're going to be cutting around it. Just checking there that it's adhered. You definitely want to let it cool, otherwise you'll ruin your fabric scissors. And then you just cut round the edge, so you don't take the paper backing off, you just go straight for it, just cut round the edge of the embroidery. You can get relatively close and neat. I've never had any problems snipping through them yet. You do have to be a little bit careful. That's why I tend to use these smalls. These are little Fiskars scissors. They're nice and sharp, but they're small enough that I can get in close and do more intricate cuts. So here we have a little finished avocado. And then underneath the paper backing, if you can get it off, you can see that there's all nice iron-on glue on there. It's all shiny, stuck to the felt, and there's nothing left on the paper. What I tend to do is I tend to leave that paper on there, just especially if I'm selling them, I just think it helps to preserve the glue. So here I am, I'm just showing sort of an example of what you can do with these. So I'm just ironing it onto one of my denim jackets, which I've put a few of my patches on. I just think it looks cute. All you need to do to adhere it is similar to what you did to adhere the glue to the patch. You obviously remove the paper backing, lie it onto where you want it, same temperature, same amount of time, a little bit of pressure, and there it is. And let it cool down before you move it, otherwise you might shift the glue. So once it's all completely cool, you can pick it up and just very gently check the edges, make sure it's completely stuck down everywhere. It looks good to me. And then we're done. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I hope you've all managed to make a cute little patch. So now he's ready to iron on anything you like. So bags, t-shirts. I've got a few on a denim jacket of mine. I think I've covered it. But you can also use the same techniques to make loads of different patches. So little fox, panda, and also like round little slogan ones work quite well as well. So a few of these here. So yeah, have fun. I'd love to see what you make. If you like the video, just like and subscribe. That would be awesome, and I'll see you next time. Bye.